Hey guys, it's Jarrett at Bombs Away, asking you to join us on October 25th for our second live show, Death Spa. We'll be at our home, the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, as we host the theater's first Halloween costume party. We screen the movie and then riff on it all in one live event. We've got smoothie juice bars, boozy smoothie juice bars, that is, photo opportunities, drinking games with the smoothie boozy juice bars, and so much more. They've got killer workouts, flying shower tiles, and an ending you will not see coming. For more information, go to www.thefridacinema.org/events/bombsawaylive. That's www.thefridacinema.org/events/bombsawaylive. Come sweat it out with us at Death Spa, October 25th. All right, do we got any taglines? Any taglines that bite?
Oh, they bite. Hard. He's a vampire who hasn't scored in 400 years. Tonight's the night.
But the movie doesn't take place over a night.
Nope. Nope, it really doesn't.
Misleading
I guess
tagline.
it's a tagline for the last half of the movie.
Yeah. The last third.
But it's also a tagline that really emphasizes on something that the movie doesn't seem to want to emphasis on more than the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really about his virginity.
Yeah, because even the summary is like, he's not a virgin, or he's a virgin, and he's trying to change that. And I was like, they don't even talk about that in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he has to wait 22 years every time. Like, I'm sure he found someone during those 22 years.
Reflection is.
Yeah.
And the second, rock and roll comedy with a bite.
Ooh.
There's your bite.
Yeah, there's the bite. It bites.
Yeah, it totally does.
It bites.
It bites hard. With a budget of $1.5 million and no reported gross, and probably the smallest amount of rundown that I've ever had, because the only thing that happens in this movie is one little person in a bubble bath, 9 musical sequences, and 1 man-bat puppet. That's it.
All right.
With a 5.4 on IMDb. It's 1990s Rockula. Let's drop some bombs.
Let's take a moment and reflect. Reflect! Get it? Mirror reflect! Just forget you ever saw me, okay? Because the next thing you know, we're gonna go out on a date, we're gonna fall in love, and then some crazy pirate's gonna peg you with a ham bone.
So what's your game, Lil Rep?
Game?
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm a vampire. That's right. Forget it. Just forget the fact that we are the oldest living virgins walking the planet. When I'm a vampire.
And I'm the bride of Frankenstein.
You might say I have a stake in what happens to you. I mean, I think Rockula's going to take off like a bat out of hell. The world is full of bloodsuckers. I don't hate anything that happens to me. I'm back!
Welcome to Bombs Away, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me inside the studio, as always, is...
I don't even know anymore.
I give up.
Because, like, there were multiple points throughout this film where I was like, that'd be a great opener. Oh, that's a good one, too. And then I just got here and was like, oh, I should have written those down.
Oh,
so I just,
one of those things for
I'm
you.
Jarrett Seifert. There it is. That was the whole intro. That I meant to do all of
the
that.
co-host who should write his own jokes down Jarrett Seifert.
The co-host that thinks he's got it all, but he actually has nothing.
Oh, I just want to dive into this one today. There's no antidote beforehand.
Toni Basil's in it.
Okay.
Hey, Mickey is not.
No, it's
Or
no,
Mickey.
it's
Mickey,
not.
you're so fun, you blow my mind. Not this movie.
Tony's pretty attractive in this film.
Oh, they're both very good-looking leads.
Oh yes. So I want to start this off by asking you a very serious question about this film. When you
No, I didn't masturbate to it.
Oh.
Thought about it.
Oh yeah?
He's hot.
I kind of thought about it.
He's a hot
too.
vampire.
With both female leads. I was like
The mom? Yeah.
and Mona. I was
Not
like,
the sister, though,
oh,
that's there
yeah.
for 5 seconds and then forgotten about.
Sister?
Yeah. She's in the bathtub.
What?
That's not his mom.
What?
Yo, wasn't
No,
that his
that's
sister?
his mom.
No.
It's not his sister. No.
Well, then he calls her his sister.
He does in order to like protect his mom, like for some reason. Okay.
Oh, I
hold
guess.
on.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we'll get there. But no, that's definitely his mom. But my question to you was, when we sat down and watched this trailer the other day, what did you think? Like expectations versus reality on this.
I knew I was in for something fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got it.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, there were parts where I was like, oh, God. And then there were parts where I was like, okay. And then there were parts where I just blinked.
I actually expected more on the goofy insanity side of it all.
I think it delivered on that.
I don't know. I actually thought it was going to be funnier.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I can see that.
I thought the jokes were going to be punchier. I thought it was going to be like a lot of puns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I personally felt I feel like we're jumping to the end of our show here with that, but like I have to say that while watching this, the trailer was way more fun. It was like na 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 na, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then none of the songs are memorable. Like
yeah,
nothing.
they're really not.
The jokes are not. They do not stick. And I left this experience going, what the hell did I just watch? So, I guess let's take people on that journey.
Yeah.
Shall we? The movie opens up with a very stereotypical, like, 90s, late 80s, like, animated sequence, which kind of hints towards some of the things that you may or may not see in this film. It's like Dracula on a cake, and no, it's like a cuckoo clock as well. Like, it's just all animated sequence. And then we have him playing the organ. He's practicing the organ, and he just, I guess, is messing up too much, so he starts doing chopsticks, and then he's not doing that right. And I was like, it's okay, buddy. I don't know how to do it either. That's how I felt about that.
I can't play piano.
I can't. No, I can play piano. Just like chopsticks, I was like, I can't remember how that goes. No. We all know how it's supposed to go, right? But exactly how he played it is how we've all been like, look, I can do it. Beam, 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 bram, bram, bram. Oh man, I'm off.
No.
Right? And then, okay. This is where, like, it immediately just goes off the rails for me. Of like, just so this is a movie. This is a vampire movie. Who's like, what if we threw away everything that makes a vampire, right?
Yeah, because they even don't really focus on the whole blood drinking part.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like to drink. He's like, he goes, I don't like to bite people in the neck. I don't like the sight of blood. right?
Yeah.
He's a vampire who gets all his blood delivered via a blood bank, which I didn't know blood banks delivered blood
I like to think
your
there's a nice,
doorstep.
there's a nice deal set up.
Just what for people who are anemic?
Yeah. They're like, here you go. Take your blood.
They deliver blood to his door like
milk.
Yes. In like the milk like 4 carrying tray, you know. Yeah. And this is, I don't know how much, because as we go along there's going to be things that's going to back up this question, but right in the beginning of this is like, do we in this film live in a world in which people know vampires exist?
I don't know, because even like whenever they talk about it, like him and his girlfriend or whatever, she's like surprised.
She's surprised.
But then other people are like, okay, cool.
His friends at the bar who's also in his band are just like, this is real life.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got the blood bank delivery thing, but then he's clearly walking around with fangs his whole life.
Yeah.
And nobody is addressing it, or his mom. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of stuff where I was confused, because as much as I think the end result of this film is for us to go, oh, this is nonsensical and fun, right? But then I sit there and the opposite side of me is like, no, you created and established rules and a world in which I'm supposed to at least try to make sense of, and I can't make sense of it at all, right? So, right out the bat, he...
It's so stupid.
God damn it.
I know.
Right out the gate...
I was waiting for a werewolf to show up in the film too.
Oh, that would have been great, actually. Yeah, because that's another thing is like with the music and like I said, 9 musical sequences actually like a musical.
Yeah,
this is right.
That was one thing I was surprised about.
It to be more Disney-fied.
It
actually.
legit is kind of a musical.
Yeah, it's in the same vein. Oh God.
Oh,
I'm giving you low hanging fruit like left and right.
Load hanging?
Low hanging.
There it is.
Yeah.
Load hanging.
Load hanging. You can hang a lot on these. So yeah, no, but it's in the same vein as like Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, where it's like, here's a movie, but like every once in a while they break out into song.
But they don't break out into song. They just like transition over to a music video and then come back.
Right, but don't tell you it's a music video until the next scene. Okay.
But they're like, great song. Okay.
But right in the beginning here, he walks up into a mirror and he has a reflection. And this
after it's been established that his mom does not have a reflection.
Right?
And he's like, how do you do your makeup? She's like, years of practice, honey.
Yeah. And, okay, so, oh, God. This is one of the most confusing things for me. Okay, so Ralph is our lead character. He's 400 years old, somewhere in the mid-16th century.
Wait, Toni Basil was his mom?
Yes.
Oh. I thought she was Mona.
No.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So, Dean Cameron, which most people would probably know as Chainsaw from Summer School. He was one of the 2 kids in Summer School who loved like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and showed all the kids that film and like special effects, and like that was a great movie. He's also known from Ski School, and then anybody who had seen Ski School knows that Sunny, when they did their ski episode last season, used him and put him in the film. He looks real rough nowadays, right? But you found him extremely handsome.
He was. He's good looking. I liked his eyebrows.
Loved his eyebrows. So this is our lead, and I mean, he is likable. He's extremely likable, but it doesn't save the film at all, because it's something right here. This is for me like, I get it. The rest of it, he's a reluctant vampire. Let's put it that way. You know, he doesn't want to drink blood. He doesn't want to do any of the vampire-esque stuff. Even his mom likes to go out and apparently hunt for men. You know, she's like, oh, I have a date, and he's like, oh, well, you know, what's he like? She goes, I don't know yet, but he'll, you know, like basically being like, I'm gonna go out and hunt a man. You know, he doesn't want to do any of that. Right? And you're like, okay, he's a reluctant vampire. But then he's like, oh, guess what? He talks to himself in the mirror.
It's his own reflection, and it's like a different person.
It's like a Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the vampire he wants to be, I guess.
The vampire he should be.
Something.
And it's like his reflection is trapped there because he never, like, consummated the vampire-ness. I guess.
I don't know.
He never had sex after he became a vampire.
Because this is confusing because part of you is like...
He says it's a curse, but then it's also established that it's his mom that's been... Whoops. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Yeah, all right. So, God.
No, try not to do that.
No, it's confusing.
Man.
It's so confusing because, all right, he's talking to his reflection. He's not even supposed to have a reflection, right? So part of us...
But he also is like, I love cooking with garlic. This cross, it's from the 18th century.
I put on sunblock so I'm able to go outside in the sun.
But
right?
it also kind of burns him so he can't fly 5 feet.
I don't think that's what happened there.
I thought that was.
I think that was him trying to turn into that stupid fucking Batman. And but we'll get there too. See, but these are all these things, but the reflection is what is the most confusing because it apparently is real and comes onto the other side by the end.
Yeah.
And okay.
I thought that was the setup for like Rockula 2, Too Much Rock. That would be a good movie. And it's like that's his arch nemesis and it's his evil twin. Yeah. But it's Christmas thing, so it's like Rockula around the Christmas tree.
Rocktula.
Yeah.
Rock to the bone.
Oh no.
Something stupid like that.
Yeah. Rockula 2, Blood Drive. And it's all like them, like in cars.
The mummy's curse.
No.
The mommy's curse.
Yeah.
You know, some stupid. Like
she can't stop sleeping with everyone.
Oh God. Or doing dances in the living room. Nobody knows what we're talking about, by the way. But all right, first
I say watch it.
Well, first you should know, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free on Amazon Prime right now.
And if you've got YouTube or not, you can watch it on YouTube. Because
there's really no way for you guys to really follow this one with us.
Yeah.
Like without. So this is the first in a while.
It's a very basic plot line.
Yeah. This is the first movie in a while that I'm going to preface and say, if you have the time, you have the opportunity, stop this episode, watch it so that you can understand what we're talking about. Because I don't even know how to really get into this. I thought I would, and now I'm just like, I don't know.
We'll go by the scenes I try
from
to.
the bullet points that we have here.
Well,
right?
so
all right. So now the
curse is established by him in a bar with his friends.
I wrote here somehow. Okay, so he's sitting at a bar with his friend who I still don't have a name for him.
There's
it's like
surfer guy
with a mustache,
bulk up Betty,
and
bass player black guy,
and Bo Diddley.
Yeah, Bo Diddley.
Actual Bo Diddley.
Oh, Chuck the bartender is the lady, Susan Tyrell.
Right.
Which I think is a character in Game of Thrones as well.
Susan Tyrell?
No, I just know there's the Tyrell people or something.
I
don't watch Game of Thrones that well.
I'm Chuck the bartender from the land of bartenders.
I'm Chuck the bartender with the House of Tyrell.
Who wants a drink?
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta watch Game of Thrones.
We have
night.
no idea what that is.
Everyone's dead, but there's a whole new cast, and it happened 3 episodes ago. What?
Sleep with Jon Snow.
Yeah. She's not dead. She's a child on the run.
I don't know. I have a dragon on my shoulder.
Yeah.
like
It's very confusing. So he's like
just
describing
this. Right?
He's telling them like he's telling them like about this curse, like everyone's kind of like, you mean
it's like summing it up in
to, like,
just
beat you
using
over the head
different
with
words, right?
Like,
and I wrote down somehow, even with the entire plot device spelled out for me by 2 different people at the exact same time, I'm more confused as to what this is.
He found this girl and he loved her, but she was dating a pirate. Right?
Yeah, we're not joking.
There it
folks.
is.
Okay.
So this is in the, what did he say, 17th century? No, he said 16th or something. Yeah, like is a joke that they say. Just to like really drive it home.
Just to make sure that you understand that none of these jokes are landing.
So then he got in a fight with her pirate boyfriend and they were fighting, but then he had a ham bone.
Okay, so the pirate
the pirate got a
boyfriend
ham bone.
had a rhinestone
peg leg
and a ham bone.
So it's like a paleo diet version of Siegfried and Roy. I don't know. Wait, who's the really gay piano player?
Huh? What? Oh, Liberace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Pirate Liberace, which kind of is just Liberace.
Yeah.
Liberace murdered her. Yeah, okay. We're there. We got it.
Yeah. Matey.
Yeah. But like the pirate boyfriend with the ham bone and the rhinestone peg leg was fighting with the vampire.
We're not making this shit up either.
Yeah, I know. It's like they were like, let's go outlandish. And then they were like, oh shit, we have to follow through with this. It's literally how it gets to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But then like they're fighting and the pirate accidentally kills Mona.
Yes.
And because
Mona is
of
the girl
this-
that he is in love with. And she is indeed in love with him too.
Yeah.
But was dating the pirate at the time.
But
when they fell in love or something.
Because of this, it set a curse into motion that every 22 years Mona's reborn, and then by the time she gets to 22, they fall in love, and then she dies on Halloween night. Or she gets killed by the pirate on Halloween night. But that's also weird. How is she being reborn?
Okay, that was... Okay.
When the mom is actually setting it all up. Because I'm not even... Yeah. Well, no, but that's the thing. Like,
well, you're right. You're already spoiling.
I know.
But the point being is that, like... that's still, as credits rolled, that was the final thing that I wrote, is like, wait, how does she reincarnate every 22 years?
Yeah.
And, like, also, how does he keep finding her?
It just happens.
Okay, so basically, what he's saying here at the bar is that it's been about 400 years of this same cycle, which he's now in, like, the 14th and a half version of the cycle. And I'm like, it's not a half. It's, like, 14 and...
Almost
like,
15.
Yeah, like, a couple days away from 15, right? Which is a reflection even is like, yeah, what are we on now? Oh, 15? And I'm like, guys, math.
Yeah.
Just math, right? So, apparently... he's just really bad at, like, I don't know, avoiding the pirate part of this story?
Yeah. Well, he's not bad at it. I'm just going to keep spoiling the ending.
Yeah, I know.
Well, okay.
But
so
also,
he
like,
explains this
but
whole
that's
thing
what I mean.
to his
He's
friends.
also, like,
yeah.
He's also bad at, like, avoiding the final confrontation.
Yeah.
Right? But... like, how could you not at some point being like, listen, here's the deal, like, and we're going to go live somewhere else. Like,
well, like
I don't know.
I know
what.
he's tried that before, but, like, he said, like, oh, but it scared her off. Like, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so he explains the situation to his friends, and they're like, that's pretty weird. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to go take a walk.
Yep.
And he gets hit by a car, but he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl's like, blah, 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 like, complaining, and it turns out
Mona.
that's Mona. Yeah.
Right?
So then we flash over to Mona's movie, and she is a musician, and she's got Daria as her best friend.
Movie. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, and then it also kind of looks like Natalia Natalia Kills, which is a musician that was then like shat on because the producers of some X Factor Europe show made her make an ass of herself to get media buzz, but then she had to like entirely cancel her music career. Really bad. Willy Wonka.
Okay. Oh, you mean her friend from like Ghost World?
Yeah, exactly. Ghost World or like. Tim Burton's
Daria.
Willy Wonka, Daria. It's like a blend of all of those.
But also wears
yeah.
like Run DMC hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Like,
so,
but I didn't know who she was in relation. Kind of her manager, but also has her own
like
music
her
career.
Friend manager, but
she
then
likes to
the funeral
sing
guy's the
with
manager
3 children backup dancers
because
at some
they
point.
hired 3 children for the movie and had to use them every opportunity they got. Those kids.
Oh, we'll get to them in a second.
Homeless kids.
Not really a second, but we'll get there. Yeah. So, yes, all that's happening. Meanwhile, there is a fompish guy named Stanley who, in my opinion, just hasn't come out of the closet yet.
Yeah.
And
because he wants to spend eternity with a girl, and the solution is not the solution for spending eternity
nope.
with a girl.
He runs a business called Stanley's
Death Park, which is the weirdest name for
selling
casket
coffins.
selling.
Yeah. What is Stanley's Death Park? Are there rides?
And
is it Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, it's
like,
a
what?
terrible commercial.
Yeah.
And he always talks like this. No, that's Australian. He's British, and he's always going on about something. Like, it's always excitable talking, and he's got really bad hair that he kind of put into, like, a baby ponytail. Like a low pony.
He looks like, damn it. You know what? I've lost it. Sorry.
He kind of looks like a super duper young Andy Warhol if Andy Warhol sucked.
Sure, Andy, yeah. I was going to say, it's, he was just recently on Saturday Night Live, and he just left, and he's married to the person who plays Maria Hill in the Avengers movies, and also on How I Met Your Mother. Damn it.
I don't know.
Either way.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, great. I'm not going to cut that out.
Yep.
Right? But he looks, Andy Warhol is a very good example. It's like this bleach blondish hair. He's wearing like, the circular, like 60s style, like rose colored glasses. And he drives around the Monsters vehicle?
Yeah.
Like the actual Monsters vehicle for, I guess, why? Because he sells caskets?
Yeah.
But I don't understand.
But it's not funny.
I don't understand why this is his job or what he does in this movie either, because it doesn't really relate to...
Well, he keeps being like, ooh, I'm making a commercial, and I guess he's like a video editor on the side or something and makes his own commercials, and he was trying to make the video for What's Her Butt?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said, now we move over to Mona's movie, because I feel like every single character is in their own movie, doing their own thing, and then they just are going to meet in the middle somewhere at the end. Because, he's got this casket selling business that doesn't really apply to anything, right?
Well, it also seems like the movie had too weak of a plot, so they gave every single character in this movie their own, like, extreme character thing, to the point where even side characters are, like, they have their own, like, full-on character developed, but we only got, like, a sentence.
Okay, so Ralph goes home, and his mother is in a bathtub with the little person actor Ronnie Cox. Ronnie Cox is just in this movie right here, right now. That's it.
And she tells him to follow the treasure trail, which I was like,
So Ronnie Cox is basically doing the exact same thing he did in the beginning of Me, Myself, and Irene. Just sleeping with somebody and being like, yeah, you gonna get this big black midget dick. Right?
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like, not an exaggeration, not using, like, bad slur phrases to describe somebody. That's literally what he's doing, right? His character name is Big Al. And he's in a bubble bath with Ralph's vampire mom, And you're right. She's basically is telling him a euphemism to go down in the bubble bath and eat her out.
Yeah.
And he introduces Ralph, who's watching this play out, introduces himself as her brother. And then Big Al's like, and what do you do? And immediately he's like, I'm a vampire. And then Big Al laughs his ass off about it, and then the scene's over.
Yeah.
And this is another one of those things where I'm like, do we live in a world where vampires do exist, and he's laughing at him because he's like, you, a vampire? Or is this just some weird world where, like, he openly keeps admitting it to people, and everybody's like, you're just a weirdo with sharp teeth? But that's the other thing is, like, nobody addresses the sharp teeth until he addresses the sharp teeth, right?
You know, like, I've met, my cousin has bigger teeth.
Right. That was a weird thing. She was like, I used to have a classmate that had bigger teeth than that. And I'm like, did you?
But you should get him filed down.
Yeah. She should chew on one of those, like, rabbit sticks to file down the teeth then, because that's a problem.
Yeah.
So now we move on to Mona is in a nightclub called Club Hell.
Is this before or after he's decided that he's got to find Mona again?
Well, I mean, I figured it was, since we're working with like 4 characters.
Well, is this when
here,
she's singing behind the bars?
Right, he did.
So before that, then.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
he talks to himself and he's like, "Oh, I gotta find Mona." Like,
this
and
is
he's
the
like, "You're gonna
sunscreen
go
thing?
out during the day," and he's like, "I've got protection," and it's like a bottle of like, not even a bottle of like SPF.
It just says
It looks like a bottle of
block,
but it looks like suntan lotion because it's more liquidy, which is usually like what tanning bronzer stuff is. So I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And then he like tries flying out the window, but like he just falls on his face in the front yard.
And you don't know why.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what we were referencing is that you thought that like he went outside and
because he's like
immediately burned.
And you hear him screaming for like 5 seconds.
Right.
And then he hits the ground.
I think he tried to do his bat morphing because he was like,
like,
I'll just fly.
Yeah.
Right. And I think he tried to do his bat morphing again, which he says that he always can't really properly pull off.
Because he hasn't done it in a while.
Right. I think he tried, failed, and fell to the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Right. But they didn't want to do that reveal yet.
And then there's a whole like music montage of him trying to find like talking to people that look like rocker people, look at like going to clubs, and the song that's playing is like, "Where are you, Mona? I can't find you, Mona.
Yeah.
Mona, where are you?"
Because there's a song in this called "Hey Rockula," and this song that you're referring to is called "Hey Mona."
Oh,
yeah. It's
gross.
I'll just play it here. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh my.
Hey Mona, you know,
come over.
Right? Yeah.
Not strong.
But
lyrics.
also, we're playing a song. Yet I don't think he even knows her name yet.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No,
know
but her name is always Mona.
Okay.
It's constantly been Mona because he
doesn't
says
make
Mona
any
and she
goddamn
goes,
sense.
"I didn't tell you my name." And he's like, "Oh, that's right, you didn't." Bye.
So what is she? Is she a zombie? What is she?
I don't know, but she had like a king dad at one point.
Like I know there's a line where he's like, "I'm a vampire," and she goes, "Yeah, sure," and I'm the Bride of Frankenstein, and I'm like, "Are you?"
Right?
You know, is that what this is? You know, but then that would it doesn't make any sense what she is, and it doesn't make any sense that our villain is a modern day version of a pirate.
Well, he's not.
But he's not, right? But
he's basically picked and
right,
selected.
hold
you
on.
know.
All right.
Yeah. So he goes around.
I'm so
and then,
angry at this. I can't believe you enjoyed this.
I did. Bits and pieces.
Okay.
So yeah, then he goes to Club Hell because he finds out Mona's playing there, and she's like singing behind some bars. I don't remember what she's singing, but it's like supposed to be like she's in a cave in a cage. Yeah.
Oh, it's Tear Me Loose.
That's not what you want to happen in bed.
Yeah.
Tear me loose.
Well, because I thought for a while the lyrics are "Tie Me Loose," right? And I was like, doesn't make any sense.
I want to be able to escape if
Tear
things
Me
get
Loose,
weird.
right?
Tear me loose.
Here,
go in dry and rip me open, so I'll be loose.
I'm just gonna play every song as we go through it. Okay.
What's the deal? Now I know how wild animals feel. So guys, let me try. Can't release me. This feeling inside. Wanna hold, touch, feel your heartbeat. I want you too much. We could have a thing between us, you know. Just you and me. Anytime you want more, it's the key to my door. I'm what you're waiting for. Turn me loose. If I'm losing control and won't do what I'm told, if I'm too hard to hold, turn me loose. Turn
So this is a song that she's doing as she's writhing up against these like bars. Meanwhile, okay, so Club Hell seems to have an extremely elaborate set design per band.
Yeah. But it also has like the most diverse crowd.
Oh, there's
Anyone
guys
can
in
be found at
construction
Club
worker
Hell.
hats.
Yeah.
There is cowboys. There is just what?
I was waiting for you to just name the other
Indians,
band
there's
members.
police officers.
Yeah. I was like, young man.
Right.
Young man.
What are you scatting? Ski bop,
Yeah. When I don't know words, I just scat it through it.
How do you not? You are the worst
Young
gay.
man. Because that's not their popular song.
Why?
Go, do.
Did you just say that YMCA is not their most
Oh,
popular
that is
song?
okay, what was I thinking of?
You
then?
probably were thinking of In the Navy,
No, their other one.
which to me feels like the more gay song, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's a different kind of gay song.
What, the Navy?
Dun, 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 dun. It's fun to stay at the...
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I got that part.
Yeah. So what song did you think?
I don't know. I was thinking of some song.
Okay.
This is not the YMCA podcast.
No, I
Jeez.
know. Every day we take you through another second in the YMCA.
Yeah.
Listen to that note.
Woo!
Isn't that weird? There are podcasts out there that'll take you through like 1 minute of a movie, like the same movie, 1 episode a week, 1 minute a week. That's weird, right?
It's a lot easier on their homework.
Yeah, right. But also like...
And they can do a lot of episodes in a single day.
Yeah, I mean, to me that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you could get
very
90
niche.
episodes out of one movie
Yeah.
if it's a 90-minute movie, right? Like, that's weird. Because, we met somebody that, they were the Super Mario Brothers one, right? I'm like, Jesus. Like, how...
That movie?
How could you do that to yourself?
I know.
Sorry, guys, if you're still listening out there. Like, it is odd. I find it entertaining to think about.
It's
how you guys do
dedication,
it.
so
But,
way
like,
to go.
Like if somebody was like, "You're gonna do Rockula," like
A
for
minute at a
90
time, and you're like,
episodes.
I can't even get through a full song.
I can't. I really can't.
We'd have to do 5-minute episodes.
But that's another thing is that like this movie, I guess because they wrote all their songs, there's many times where I'm watching these musical sequences and being like, you can fade out and go to the next scene, please.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
But
it's just
they
like, it's a
don't,
chorus 5 times over.
Right? Now, to be fair, Tawny Fere is her name, Fere. Extremely beautiful woman, and I feel like, I'm like, why haven't I seen her other than this? And it's things like this movie, I think, that just destroyed any chance of that. You know, because I never saw her before this or after this.
Yeah.
She's doing her own, like, she's singing.
Oh.
You know, so is
I'll check her out.
So is Dean Cameron.
Whoa.
He's singing. Everybody's singing their own stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what sucks mostly about this film is that, like, there was an effort to, I mean, like we said, Bo Diddley. I cannot sit here and
And
think
his square guitar.
Yeah, I can't sit here and say that rock legend Bo Diddley didn't, like, perform on this soundtrack and try to make it good. And I think that maybe the problem is that we tried to write a plot around the idea of being like, we want to sing.
Yeah.
Right?
We want a musical vampire
Oh, wait,
film.
that's Glee.
Yeah.
Um,
So, the movie, though, he shows up at her concert. She's writing, and she, like,
stalking
they have,
her,
like...
and she even says, why are you stalking me?
Yeah. But they've got, like, eye contact, and she's like, oh, my God, it's him.
Right.
And then she's talking to her, like, hipster girlfriend.
super
yeah,
dreamy.
She's like, I saw him, I swear, there was a moment.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's like the meet and greet line, and she sees him, and she's like, oh, what? And he's like, I've got a band.
Yeah,
like,
I have a band. Yeah, I have a
what's
band.
the name? Name?
Okay.
Yes, the name. Name. Yeah, what's your guys' name?
We're working on
Our
the
name. We're undecided yet. Like,
Yeah, what kind of genre? I don't know either.
Yeah.
It's like, at what point are you like, so you're a liar?
yeah,
And a stalker.
exactly.
But then he goes back to his bar, his local watering hole, and his friends help him start a band. In a montage in which, as they're trying to pick a genre, they have already decided to purchase the clothes.
Yeah, they got all
For
the
the band?
clothes and all the instruments, and they're playing a bunch of different stuff.
So it's like a mariachi band, and they have like full costumes for that. And then there's like a cowboy, and they're in like full stirrups and everything. And I'm like, this is a huge waste of money.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if, as we were trying out like what this show was going to be, I just started purchasing, being like, but here's some plants because we might be a gardening podcast, and here's some, yeah, here's some self-help books. Go ahead and
Make
read
sure you
all
change out
those.
the topsoil.
Yeah, yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
And that it's like the trying on clothes montage. But
yeah, but
that makes sense.
Yeah,
this is
doesn't.
We have full on costumes at the bar, which means we went out, we purchased all these costumes, and then was like, let's try on the costumes and see if that works before seeing if we have any talent. Meanwhile, also, this movie started off with him, like, first thing we saw was him playing an organ. And he never plays the keys ever again in this film.
He goes to singing and rapping. Rapula.
Right? Yeah.
So what they end up doing, they come up with Rockula.
Right.
Because he talks to himself in the mirror and figures it out. And then they have their first show.
Full stage set.
Yeah.
Full costumes.
Everyone
go-go
loves
dancers.
them.
Actors that perform bits that relate to the lyrics that he's singing about. That's another thing. I don't know what he does for a living. I mean...
Vampire.
Yeah, vampire.
I am vampire living. Not living, technically.
I'm sucking the funds out of your bank
Yeah.
account as I suck your blood. Like, I don't
A financial
know,
vampire.
right? Well, he doesn't suck blood. That's right.
Yeah.
But he's got all these bits and all this stuff, and people are going insane for this, right? So
They're living for it.
roll Rockula song.
try, but he won't hurt a fly. If it wasn't for Red Cross donations, this vampire would die. They've told mother for 300 years, but his UK back the neighborhood sears. It's not a bird, not a plane that you saw crashing into that solid brick wall. He's Rockula.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's
Neat.
It's a song.
I like the rap one better.
Well, yeah, that's the crazy part is like, and we'll get to the rap one, but both of these are like somebody being like, hey,
The ghost of Rockula is attacking our posters.
our posters are falling down in the studio.
They're like, we don't want California work labor laws. Thanks, dummy.
This is a movie that keeps writing songs for the character to kind of like profess to the world, like, and come out as a vampire.
Yeah, but everyone's just like, cool, I guess not really though.
I love
Like,
this like song in which he gets into this character of like what his band is instead of like, because if you listen to these lyrics, it's like, hey, I'm a vampire. Yeah, I'm a vampire. I suck blood. You know, and you're like, wait, what?
And everyone's just like, woo,
Right?
party.
I totally murder people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really digging this. And people are eating it up. People are running in from both sides of the stage. Security guards are like diving into those people, kicking them off
Yeah.
the stage. People are going fucking insane for Rockula.
They're losing it.
Right?
And then after the concert, they walk down a hallway and like meet all different types of people that are like, "You were great. I want to sign you."
Meanwhile,
Can you move your
during
stuff
that
off the
Rockula
band or
concert,
off the stage?
Mona is giving like the hardest fuck me eyes I've ever
Yeah.
seen anybody
Oh,
give
yeah.
somebody. Like, they keep interchanging between him on stage and her, and like her eyes could jump out of her skull and fuck him on stage. That's like,
I think her eyes wanted to jump out of her vagina. Let's be real.
yeah. Because she's a vagina monster.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
So then they start dating, I guess. I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
the rest of the
right?
movie, like, they start dating. They go on a couple of dates. They get a really bad character drawing of themselves. Like,
Oh, yeah, a caricature?
Yeah.
Where he has teeth.
yeah.
So the caricature artist was like, I see teeth. I'm drawing teeth. Like, nobody is like, what's up with your teeth?
Yeah.
Like, he wears a retainer in this movie.
Yeah, he does.
But why?
He used to have jacked up vampire teeth, I guess.
If he wore a retainer that like disguised the teeth,
Yeah.
that would have made more sense.
I'd get it.
Right? Because, and this is where my biggest problems are, is that I would have rather it had been like, hey, I'm a vampire who just wants to be a normal boy.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want this curse. I don't want any of these problems. I literally just want to fall in love with the girl that I love. Right? And because, like, he does address in the beginning of the film being like, I'm still a virgin, right?
Yeah.
But then that goes away. Like, that's not his care. It's more, like, he doesn't give a shit about being de-virginized.
Yeah.
He cares, well, his reflection does, like, when they go on their first date. He's like, did you get that poo nanny? He
Oh,
says.
yeah, he says
I
a
was like,
lot of, like,
Jesus.
very vulgar words
Right?
for, like, fucking.
Yeah. You get that strange, you get that poo nanny. I was like, one, she's not strange. He's been through this like 14 times
Yeah.
at this point. But also, his reflection, but mostly he doesn't care about that. He cares about he's actually in love with this girl. Like,
Yeah.
Or at least in love with the entity of the girl, because like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that she comes out the exact same person every time either. Like,
Well, he's got photos of her past lives and she looks exactly the same.
right, but is her personality the same? And this is where I was confused
Let's
too. I
hope.
was like, does he die
Yeah.
and come back every 22 years? But then I had to and that was just a confusion on how they explained it.
Yeah.
No, he's the same. He looks the same no matter what. Right?
We also get a side cut of Stanley going to a medium that's covering up way too much of her face, so we know that she's actually someone important.
Which I thought was Chuck the bartender. I really did.
I just couldn't decide which was which, but yeah.
Yeah.
And so then
the medium tells
she's
him
like,
a fortune.
"Oh, you love him, but she loves someone else, but she also might love you." And he's like, "Okay." And she's like, "You should probably kill her to make her be with you forever." And he's like, "I could cryogenically freeze her with one of my caskets and keep her forever." And it's like, oh, dude, you're very messed up.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're fucked.
That's where you went? Right off the bat?
Yeah.
That's
you just accepted someone being like, "Oh, you should kill her to keep her." And he's like, "You know what? Yeah. Oh my God, yeah." And it's like, what? No. And
I finally discovered what a woman's like, even though I'm not interested in them at all.
So the psychic is like, "You need to make sure that you have a rhinestone peg leg and a ham bone." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Do it." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah. So right off the bat, it's pretty damn obvious if you hear that
it's a setup.
It could only be. Actually, I'm like, wait, it could be it
could be 4 or 5 different people.
Right. But it's clearly a female, so you're okay, that narrows it down to 2.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's obvious it's the mom.
Yeah, it's the mom, guys. It's the mom, right? And the reason for it is so blatantly obvious, too.
She just wanted him to grow up or something.
She didn't. She didn't want him to leave the nest.
Oh, yeah.
It's that mom
But,
thing.
they also never explained how they both became vampires, but
Nope.
their mom and son. But I was like, is it mom she changed him, or is it mom a mom and son were changed together, they were both attacked by a vampire, she was dating a vampire and he changed her, but then she was like, change my son too. I just came up with more story than the actual movie.
Yeah. No, you're right, because it's not like Van Helsing. The vampire didn't have babies, they hatched out of cocoons, and because he basically has stopped aging at 22.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one. I like that one. They both were changed. Maybe she was dating a really hot vampire dude, and he came over for dinner and had them both, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. But they don't even go through with it.
Yeah.
He's not even when Dad left us for, I don't know, Elvira.
Just needs
anything,
20 more minutes of explanation, 20 minutes less of music.
Yeah.
So then they go on their dates and they start finishing up a date, and he drops her off at her door and they're like, "Man, it's raining." And she's like, "The raining stopped." And all of a sudden,
you're skipping ahead.
What happened next? Rapula?
Rapula happens next. So for some reason he's like, "I'm not Rockula anymore.
Yeah.
I'm Rapula,
and I'm gonna wear some biker pants, not biker, but bicyclist, leggings with underwear on the outside and a fake big old penis."
He's like it's windbreaker, onesie,
and he's like, "They love my rock, but they love my cock." And he grabs this fake penis in his pants. But I was sitting there man, I hope that's the real one.
And him and all the band members are wearing more fake gold than Mr. T.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, he's got the
mildly
underwear
offensive.
On. Yeah. Wait, well, here it is.
Yo, Holmes, what's up? Oh, not much, I just been hanging with Yolanda and Dee. Kick it!
Whoa. How's that?
Yo, that's some kick.
Jeez, what a weird guy.
There was this girl named Mina. She wanted Marina. She was singing back for Ike and Tina. I liked her bangs. She liked my fangs. So we decided to do the crazy Rockula thing. Now, her father didn't like it, so he called me a pig. I said, "Dr. Van Helsing, here's something you'll dig. We can sing Kumbaya around the campfire."
Are you the DJ?
No, I'm the vampire. I said I'm the vampire. Kumbaya!
Kumbaya. What's Kumbaya?
Oh, I'm the vampire, homeboy.
I love that penis line.
I don't understand. Like, he got it. He got the girl as Rockula.
Yeah.
Right?
But then he was like, well, music career isn't a bad idea.
Well, this movie took like 4 years to make, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they were like, well, rap, it's the 90s now. We got to go to Rapula. And, I mean, Rapula doesn't work as well as a pun either.
Yeah.
Like, Rockula, because of Cula, Dracula.
I mean, both of them kind of don't work.
Well, Cula, it's the Cula part that works.
I kind of still like Rapula. You can still get to it.
Rapula?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah. So then...
Well, he got to it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Just right off the bat. But I'm like, wait a minute. So, where's all this talent coming from, too?
Yeah.
Like, it's 400 years, you haven't done anything. Like, what was... I want to know a world in which, like, 22 years, like, what if he didn't succeed at the end of this movie? And then he had to, like, go to, like, 2012 next. And then he's like, now I have to be a DJ for EDM. Like, it's just like...
DJ Eula.
DJ...
EDM Eula.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think those work. Popula.
I'm
Singing
Tiesto.
with Carly Rae Jepsen.
just a Russian
I'm
vampire.
TSA.
I don't know. Like
TSA
I just,
Eula.
like-
Like the airports.
he wants to do this musician thing. What?
Dragula. I know that's already a thing, but he could just be a drag performer trying to get her.
Dragula.
It is a thing already.
I like it.
But yeah,
So-
he's trying real hard.
Way hard. And then as
But he's
the song
established it with her.
finishes, the entire club has silly string.
And they just douse. It's a lot of silly string
It's
too.
it's like everybody got their own canister of silly
About
string
like a
as they walk through
jumbo
the door.
canister.
It's silly string night.
Yeah.
At Club Hell. Like-
Spray when you love it.
Right? Those dressed in cowboy outfits
Yeah.
get two. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And then once again, an entire song about being like, he's the DJ, I'm the vampire. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait,
Keeps
what?
establishing that he's a vampire
Right?
constantly.
Like I told you before, I'm a fucking vampire. Like,
oh,
right.
God. That's
I'm
fun.
definitely not white. You know, like, yeah, it's so weird.
And then their second date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so she loves Rapula just as much as Rockula and decides to go on like a full-on second date. And this is where, like, it starts raining and he kisses her goodnight. And when he kisses her, she immediately looks like she just got done shooting heroin. And, like, it's
She's
like...
real on cloud nine. Like a finger comes out of nowhere and like brushes her lips.
Right? And then as she turns back to him, just disappeared. He, like,
like, "Where'd you
walked
go?"
away.
Then he's like walking down the alleyway and gets hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
And then they both can't find each other in this homeless camp.
They they're singing? Okay, they are singing at the top of their lungs around a bunch of homeless people getting warm in, like, dumpster fires.
Yeah.
Trash can fires. And then as she's singing, like, 3 homeless
Children.
steal her away from him. Well, they don't find each other till, like, the end of this song, right? And she's, like, the homeless children are, like, dressing her or combing her hair or something.
I wouldn't let them touch me. I don't want fleas.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, it was like a weird, like Oliver presentation.
Yeah.
And he's also belting out his lyrics, like, in front of a homeless guy who's, like, just trying to be warm and is like, get away from me, right? And then they find each other at the end of that song, and they're both back at the porch, and it seems to have been a dream sequence.
It's raining again, and she's like, "What was that?" And he's like, "I don't know what you mean." Just kisses her.
Yeah, and then
I don't know, but kiss me.
And then the camera fades out, and then it says like Mona's song or something, right?
In the dark and deepest shadows, we'll hid from the light of day. I wait for the perfect moment, show me the way.
Like the flame of a candle burning, like a tear when it hits the floor, like the passion locked inside me. Open the door. I said, open the door.
It was always this way from the start. Now I'm asking you to surrender your heart. You made me wait forever. The hope that almost died. You stopped the world from turning when you were by my side. With the wars of waves behind me, with your love there to remind me. When hearts on fire collide, I can't lose with you by my side. You by my side. You by my side.
And then the only thing I can remember from the rest of the movie is the graveyard scene and the final scene.
Okay, so I have a couple.
Oh, her music video's premiering.
Right. Well, that's because that's its music video.
That wasn't the music video.
Yes. Yeah, the whole homeless dumpster fire was just a music video that she shot with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so then she's supposed to go to her music video premiere, but
So
Rockula's
Stanley
mom is like previously was like, "Come over to dinner Thursday night." And she's like, "Oh, my music video is premiering," and she's like, "Well, come over after." And they're like,
Right.
okay.
So
But Rockula doesn't want that to happen because his mom is going to spill the beans.
right, but they do the music premiere first.
Yeah. But
Right.
they don't watch the music video premiere because Stanley premieres a new Death Park commercial.
Yeah. And she's
Instead.
like, "How could you do this?" And I'm like, "Do what? What? Steal the attention?" Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why she's so angry.
And it's like a 10-second fight, and then all of a sudden it's like, now they're back at the house.
Wait, but Stanley's commercial.
I don't get
What
it.
is happening?
There's like
Because
people fighting in the
there's
background.
two women in the background in the cemetery behind him fighting for no reason.
And at one point, Mona even goes, "Wait, what?" Like,
Yeah.
Mona's like, "Hold on, what is that?"
Yeah, but nobody's addressing it. Nobody
Yeah.
actually addresses the two people fighting behind him. So I'm like, what is the joke here? Is the joke what's coming out of his mouth and the whole, like, cryogenic thing or
Yeah.
or the
Audio recorded message.
yeah, the tombstone that'll like have a pre-recorded message from your loved one before they died, or like all these other gimmicks. What was it, like 25
The
cents?
roastery
Oh yeah, because people will be like,
to make them turn in their graves eternally.
yeah, all this dumb stuff.
Yeah.
The jokes aren't landing, but I'm distracted at the same time of two people in the distance in the cemetery fighting, and I'm like, is that the joke?
Right?
I don't know, but I don't understand that scene. So she gets mad at Stanley, and they go to Ralph's house.
Yeah.
Where his mom's there, and this weightlifter dude. I don't know. That's her dude for the day, I guess. She's already over Tony Cox.
Yeah.
And she's doing everything she can to, like, I don't know, scare her away.
Yeah, but also like make it seem normal that they're vampires and like telling extravagant stories. And then all of a sudden she decides that after dinner she's going to do a post-dinner show.
What is this? Okay, I wrote down, I said,
Chiquita Banana or something? I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I wrote down that his mom is a performer? Like, so everybody is musically inclined in this film?
Yeah.
Right? Because she's
I mean, you
singing
got a lot
and
of time.
dancing, right? She's going to do a burlesque striptease for them, I guess. And then I wrote, this is insane, but I can't say that I hate this dance, this performance. And then I went on to think, like, because this happens so many times, is that like, this song, here it is. This song goes on for like 4 minutes.
Such a long scene. And you're like, we get it. She's dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of ends?
Well, it ends because like the bodybuilder guy like brushes up against, because it's playing on one of those like not xylophones, but like
gramophone?
Gramophone. Thank you. Right? He bunches up against it, and she's like, "No, you messed it up." So he like DJ scratches it, and then it continues for a while, and I couldn't help but like space out and go like, what was the rehearsals and choreography like on set like?
Yeah.
Like, what were those days like, being like, I can't believe I'm doing this fucking song or this movie? At what point did everybody in the movie go, what are we doing here? Right? Like, you're in like day 5 of like an actual choreographer is being like, and then you just like twirl around the room, and then you get up on this piano, and like, can you believe the words you're singing? It's crazy, right? And because, like I said, everybody performs their own music in this. So the process was, somebody wrote the songs, somebody wrote the music, then these actors came in, then they recorded that and was like, yeah, I'm down for this. And then had to then do choreography after they've already recorded, right? And then actually go through with filming it.
Yeah.
And at what point did anybody raise their hand and go,
what
are we doing? Right? Because I have to say, like, I know our age difference is what? 7 years?
Yeah.
Me and you? I can say that this was never on my radar.
Oh, I never knew about it till this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Never.
It does not make any sense.
So after this, they driving home, and he's like, sorry, that was weird. She's like, yeah, you can say that again. The whole night's been weird.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, you know what? Pull over. I'm going to tell you I'm a fucking vampire. Like, he's like upset about it. He's been trying to tell her all night, really. Right? Because he's pretty much got 24 hours before the curse takes effect again. And she would die by the hands of a pirate, which at this point, wouldn't you also question being like, I haven't seen the pirate yet.
Yeah.
So maybe it won't happen. Maybe I shouldn't panic.
Well, the whole thing, I think, in his mind is that, like, Halloween, anyone can dress up as anything, so it could be anyone.
Right. It's not actually a pirate anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, right?
It's just
that
Somali
guy.
pirate shows up. Oh, damn it. How did you get a rhinestone peg leg? Because I'm the captain.
Yeah, so he, like, tries convincing her, and she's like, ha, 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 nope. And then he's like, well, here. And he, like, turns into this weird
This is disturbing.
bat midget thing.
Yeah. We already said midget once. We're just gonna say
Bat
it,
little person.
right? Maybe it's Tony Cox again. I
Yeah.
don't know, but it's this disturbing puppet thing that I don't know. It's gross.
Either way, she's like, yikes.
And she's also like, that's gross.
Yeah.
Right?
And runs off.
This thing, I don't know. It's like if somebody took a bat and then like morphed it with an Ewok and
Yep.
also gave it like a hairy ass that an actual giant hairy ass, but then put clothes on it in certain portions.
Yeah.
For no reason. And then made it talk.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It is gross. It is disturbing. And it's unnecessary in a film that already like doesn't want anything to do with him actually being a vampire.
Yeah.
It goes this route, and in a $1.5 million budget, I'm like, oh, this is where it went. This and elaborate stage shows.
Yeah. Really.
So she runs away, and
Cue like sad montage of like,
yeah,
we both miss each other, but like, wah.
and yeah, she misses him, but she decides to run away.
Yes.
And she packs her suitcase and gets on a bus, but then that bus breaks down. And it has nothing to do with anything. Like, it just coincidentally broke down. And she drops her suitcase on the ground, and it spills open. And some weird pervy guy is like, right? Accidents, right? Like, as he's picking up her panties. And then she also happened to have packed the caricature drawing that they had. And she's like, oh. As if she forgot she packed this?
Right?
Right? If you're trying to get away from your
God,
problems and
memories.
him, why would you bring that? Which I guess maybe she wasn't. She was just trying to like run away from it all, right? So meanwhile, like the final Rockula concert is gonna happen. I don't know. Like, why does this climax thing make it seem like it's some big concert? I'm like, it's just we're back at Club Hell, and he's
just
just
a
doing
Halloween
another
party.
concert.
Which looks
right?
like every other night at Club Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody's dressed for Halloween at all times.
Yeah. And Stanley's there, and Mona's supposed to be performing, but they can't find her. And then
That's
so
right.
the assistant goes on stage to sing her song. But then,
Oh yeah, this one.
yeah, and then
The beat song.
Yeah.
With the three
Homeless
vagrant
girls, yeah.
homeless children from that music video. They're actually not homeless, of course. I would have actually loved if they actually were.
Right.
And they're like, now
We'll give
we
you a
have
house.
successful
Yeah.
music careers as backup singers.
We've
in,
done it. We've made it.
in DJ Daria's
Yeah.
like group. I don't know what this is,
Yeah.
but there they are. Like, and they go on. And as this whole thing's happening, behind their performance, Ralph and Mona just walk on stage from opposite sides of the stage, make out, and interrupt the entire performance. And then everybody's like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, kissing.
Yay!
Like,
Like everybody's cheering as if they know their
The-
whole thing that's
yeah,
been going on for
exactly.
them. And they're like, thank God they got back together. And I'm like, I didn't know that anybody knew
Yeah.
the Rockula Mona behind the scenes. Man, People magazine just really circulated in the 90s.
So then there's
It's
Somehow
just,
Stanley-
it's just Rockula and Mona with like a tear down it.
what's gonna happen. The intense drama you never knew.
Right?
They're
Did
back
Rockula
together.
cheat on
Yeah.
Mona?
What to know.
Rockula sucks. Mona files for divorce.
Mona, 15 pounds heavier. Rockula, drug habit? Like, so stupid.
Too many trips to the blood bank for Rockula.
So then Stanley comes out of nowhere and abducts Mona. What? How did this happen?
It just does.
But he takes her upstairs.
Right?
Where he
He's
installed
dressed
his...
like a pirate.
Yeah. He's got all his props.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like a cryogenic chamber upstairs set up for her. He's like, I just got to kill you, then put it in it.
This
She's like,
movie's
what?
so goddamn
Yeah.
off the rails.
I know.
That, like, as you described it, as you said it, even though we've said it already, you saying, and he has a cryogenic chamber in a movie called Rockula.
0 sense. I
Um,
literally think they just wanted like a vampire musical, but then they had to like wacky kooky fill it out
Yeah.
somehow,
Somehow, somewhere,
some way.
someone tried to make an actual Broadway musical based on vampire, like based on Dracula wanting to be a normal boy. And
It's just
this is what happened instead.
this happened.
So he fights Ralph because Ralph comes up being like, "Get off of my girlfriend."
Well, Ralph finds out where they are based on talking to himself in the mirror. Because his mirror image knew where they went, but Ralph didn't know where they went.
Right.
So I was like,
Which muddies that
Yeah.
line of being like, is he talking to himself inside himself like Tyler Durden would be, or is the mirror image
Well, the
actually
mirror
real?
image was like boning some chick earlier in the movie.
That is
So
true.
I feel like the mirror image actually is a separate person.
Yeah. Well, because we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
Because, like, it is then, I guess, fully established that the mirror image is just in another dimension.
Yeah.
Like,
Trapped.
where everything's just reversed? I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
And also, like, when... okay, no, I'm skipping. Hold on. So, yes, the mirror image is like, I know where she is, and I'll tell you if something... I forgot.
He's like, why does he tell?
I don't know.
Oh, he's like, you got to say you're sorry to me for treating me bad.
Yeah, what?
He's like, all right, cool. It's
Like, you
just your
live the
reflection.
cool version of
Yeah.
his life, right? Where you're getting laid all the time and you don't even need to go on stage, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. But maybe he does. Who knows? I want to
In
see
Mirror
that story.
World, yeah.
Where he's just biting people's neck and actually is a good vampire.
He got killed by Buffy.
So he fights Stanley. Stanley has his ham bone, and Rockula pulled off Stanley's peg leg, or maybe
He wasn't even like wearing it. He was just
couldn't get
carrying it.
Yeah, which just looks like a giant rhinestone dildo.
Yeah, it does.
And
But like that you could like strap onto your forehead.
yeah, and they're sword fighting with these two props, and then
He like knocks the rhinestone thing out of his hand,
Right.
and he's like, I've got it. And he just transforms into a bat to spook Stanley, and then Stanley falls in the cryogenic chamber.
wait, not
Oh.
before.
His mom shows up?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, basically, he's like talking shit about his mom or something, or like, something happens to be like, he basically brings up his mother, and then his mom, for no real reason, just admits to everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm sorry. Well, he says something about his mother that's endearing, I guess, but it's not endearing enough to me to remember it right now. But either way, he says that, and she like walked into the room at that exact moment, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The curse is all made up. It was me, you know."
But
right?
then how does she keep being born?
I don't know. I don't know.
It does not make sense, and I do not.
Because it wouldn't
Yeah.
be like the mom wouldn't be recreating a problem for herself that
Yeah.
she'd have to solve, so it's not the mom. So basically the mom reveals in this moment that she is the one convincing dudes to dress up like pirates and kill every Mona that happens every 22
Yeah.
years.
Unless it's like
But also,
love
why
can't
every
be
22
defeated.
years?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
just
their age of consent.
kill Mona as a child every time a new Mona you
Yeah.
find that a new Mona shows up.
Child murder.
Or I don't. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no explanation
Yeah.
of the recreation of Mona every 22 years. There's no like to the point. I'm like, but also maybe this is all the fake universe, and the other side of the mirror is the real universe.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. Okay, but either way, Stanley hits Ralph's mom with a ham bone and knocks her out. And then Stanley's like, you shouldn't have done that to my mother. Transforms into the bat again, freaks him out. He falls into the cryogenic chamber and gets frozen. And then Mona's like,
Yeah.
I wrote it down. She goes, the second time around, that bat thing was kind of cute. And I was like, oh, no, it was not.
Still look disgusting.
And that's when we see the actual bat ass.
Yeah. And when he transforms back into a human, even though he's like naked as a bat, like as a human, he puts his clothes back on, which I was a little upset about. I was like, come on.
He's got super hairy legs too.
Yeah.
And then they drive off in the car making out, and the mirror image of Ralph
is somehow locked in a room.
Locked in the green room at the Club Hell. Like, then this is where I got confused, because I'm like, wait a minute, the mirror image at any other time can just go off and sleep with women and like pick up, but like now
he's locked in a room
in the green room, because like, I don't know what, because Ralph doesn't need him anymore,
maybe.
And so instead he's like, you know what, fuck this, and like jumps through the other end of the mirror, and now he's Elvis Rockula.
Yeah. And he puts on a concert while the credits
full-on concert as Elvis Rockula. The mirror image of Rockula puts on Elvis Kingula.
Elvisula.
And
Jackingula.
That's the movie.
Yep.
What? How did you like this so much?
It was just fun.
But it's so confusing.
Yeah, but
there's still completely unanswered questions. We don't know how she was reanimated. Seriously, guys, if any of you guys did watch this, can you give us some theories? There's two things I want. Reanimation and explanations on the mirror.
Yeah.
That's all I really want. Like, I would love some theories on this, guys. Please help us out. Watch Rockula on our YouTube. Try to get it on our Facebook
parts.
as well. No, I'm going to combine it all into one.
Oh, cool.
9-part stuff.
So out of
trying to cheat YouTube back in the day.
Out of the scale, what do you give it?
Out of Jaws?
I would say Jaws 3, because like it's not great, but it's just like a 3D film. Fun, do it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not 3D. Dracula isn't 3D, or Rockula isn't 3D, but like whatever, just zone out and have fun.
Sure. Jaws 3D. Yeah, I'll go with that.
See.
If it wasn't for the fact that I need people to help us out with this one, I wouldn't tell you to watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. Only because like nothing really happens. Like, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. The fact that my rundowns are so small.
I mean, it's very basic of a film.
Yeah.
That's it. It's an idea film, not a fully finished film.
Yes. I'd love to find out some more making of this too. So if anybody feels compelled to, I don't know, dive deeper, apparently the Blu-ray has a making of.
Oh.
But in my experience, a lot of bad movies that I wind up watching the making of something, it's just a bunch of people like praising how hard they worked on something they know is shit.
Yeah.
Instead of actually being like, oh, and then the screenwriter wrote this, and we didn't know what was going on. Like, at least dog on it.
Yeah.
I was actually watching the making of Death Spa, which we'll be doing for our next live show. And that was fun because it was a bunch of people being like, we worked really hard. I mean, the result is, but that was interesting. But still didn't give me a lot of new information that I didn't already know. Yeah. So that usually tends to be the problem with these like Blu-ray releases of these bad movies, is that nobody wants to own up and being like, this was shit, I don't know what was going on, and that guy was on coke.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all we want.
So that's how I felt about it. Jared had a slightly more positive spin on it, but some people had a hugely positive response. So we asked those people to kick back and give me 5. So the first one comes from a Omega-11, written back in 1999, titled Realistic, in quotations, musical / Rockula's down with the Bo Diddley sound. Is he?
I don't know.
This movie is the only, quote, musical where all the songs are sung in context where they wouldn't seem weird in real life.
No.
False. They all take place as background music or performances in videos and concerts. None of that, quote, the whole world has the same choreographer crap. I feel like the movie itself didn't have the same choreographer per thing.
They didn't even have one.
That other musicals have. Sure, the wannabe rock star version of Dracula, who is a bit of a departure from reality, but I think that's allowed in a vampire story. A pretty entertaining love story with a good soundtrack. I'm comparing it to B-movie standards here. Add all this with seeing Toni Basil, Bo Diddley, and Thomas Dolby perform, and I think the movie is worth watching. Cheesy, good fun for all. 5 stars.
All right. Well,
At
least they loved it.
I guess it's one of those things where it is recognizing that it is indeed a B movie, but it's weird stuff where it's like, they're underselling it, saying that the wannabe rock star version of Dracula is a bit of a departure from reality. I'm like, or it's not reality at all.
Yeah. I was like, no vampire movie is reality.
I mean, it's the bit of the departure from the twinkly things that we know. And
Yeah.
love. So the next one is written. It's one of those ones that's going to be a bit long, but
It's got
is
some...
it worth it?
I tried reading it myself, and I was like, well, I know Jonathan will have a hard time with it.
Okay. Written by Merles in December of 2002. Titled, Are You the DJ? No, I'm the vampire. This is quite simply the single most entertaining and enjoyable vampire movie I have ever seen. I mean, really. Toni Basil singing and dancing her little heart out in a fantastic array of bizarre costumes, corset, and a hula skirt? Dean Cameron dueling with the reincarnation of a pirate? Wrong. With a rhinestone peg leg over a steaming cryogenic chamber?
What?
Thomas Dolby as a music video producer / coffin salesman who drives what appears to be a replica of the Dragula car? Susan Tyrell, excuse me, in a cowboy chops and a funny hat playing the fiddle? Bo Diddley, I'm dying here. I really am. In spandex. I got lost, sorry. Because he
Yeah,
I'm still
there's like commas and brackets all over,
and I haven't actually paused. Like, it made me seem like I was saying I'm dying here. No, he wrote that.
He's dying there.
So we'll go back to that. Bo Diddley, I'm dying here. I really am. In spandex with gold records around his neck. This is as good as it gets, my friend. Whether you're looking for cheesy songs you can hear more or less singing along with the second replay, snorkeling midgets in bubble baths, or, I'm sorry, but I have to say it again, Toni Basil in a corset and a hula skirt. Dean Cameron dressed like Elvis, one-liners aplenty, intellectual references. What play does Dean Cameron go to see with Tawny Fere? The Hands of Egon Schiele? I don't know what this
know what's happening.
Now it's going off.
Now
the
he's
rails.
having a stroke.
And he says it. I'm going to combust. Seriously. Or love, romance, and bat dork. This is the one. Despite, or perhaps because of, the fact that this film dates from 1990, it's a concentrated synergy. The total is greater than the sum of its parts, or everything that was fun and great about 80s film. Surreal, macabre, bizarre, and hilarious, this is a must-see for everyone who thinks fondly of the yonder 20th century. Actually, it's just a must-see for everyone. I love this movie so much, I actually go into withdrawal if I don't see it at least every 6 months. Even now, I suffer. 5 stars.
So many feelings.
I'm exhausted by that.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I have to say, what seems confusing when I read these out loud, something that I haven't actually ever addressed, is when they go into parentheses.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I'm trying to somehow like read that context, and usually I try to read it in a more sarcastic tone, but then sometimes because the parentheses doesn't, like, they continue their run-on sentence, it just seems like I've gone insane.
Yeah.
And I've just started saying words until somewhere along the line there was a period. So, with that being said, I have one more for you, and we're going to get right to the point on this one. Written by Mr. and Mrs. Irvin, 5 months ago. Buy this movie or go to hell. 5 stars.
Jeez.
It's actually
very violent.
It's the same as Merle's.
Yeah.
It's just like
I need to create more accounts.
And a follow-up, buy this movie or go to hell.
Yeah.
I suffer if I don't buy this movie every 6 months. That's 1990s Rockula, guys.
Yeah,
I can't believe I got through it. Yeah, that's about it. Just a gentle but not subtle reminder that live show is coming right up around the corner, guys. So if you're in the Southern California area, please join us for Death Spa. I can promise you, if you loved Miami Connection, if you had a blast, you're not going to want to miss this. This is probably the most unintentionally hilarious horror movie of the 80s. Actually, it's so funny. Made in 86, 87, came out 89 to 90. Nobody can really tell, and nobody can tell via the set design either. It's just crazy things. Shower tiles flying off walls. A frozen barracuda attacks somebody off the shelf.
Ooh, barracuda.
Just go watch the trailer, guys, and come join us at the Frida Cinema, October 25th. It's a Thursday, I know, but we've got to earn our keep here a little bit so that we can move over to Fridays or Saturdays, and then you guys can drink your hearts out. Speaking of drink your hearts out, there will be a health shake bar that's alcoholic, and plenty of other really fun things, including a drinking game. And I don't know, I've kind of overdid myself and I've gone overboard on this one, but it's gonna be a blast. We have 2 special guests. It's one hell of a night. Please join us. Go to thefridacinema.org/events/bombsawaylive. And you can get all that information. Or just look us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @BombsAwayShow. And you can always get that information for those live shows. And just follow us anyway, because we post clips. I'll post Man-Bat. So you can see how horrendous that is if you don't want to actually watch the film. Like I said, go to our YouTube. Rockula is going to be on our YouTube, as well as 976 Evil 2, The Astral Factor from last week is now up on our YouTube and on our Facebook, so you can watch that one. We're slowly getting as many things that I guess the world doesn't care if we post up on the site. So like we're trying to give you as much free content as possible, but we're already giving you plenty of free content with this show. So let us know how you feel about that. Let us sound off to us. Write comments. Thank you to our frequent commenters, such as Peyton and Kelsey out there. You really do make it a difference, and brighten up our days, because some days it's like, I don't know if anybody listened to this. Just because you guys aren't reaching out. Just talk to us. It really does inspire us, and some weeks, let's be honest, keeps us going, you know? So thank you to Katie as well. I know Katie's out there trying her best to comment when she can. So hopefully we can hear from some new voices, new people. We're also taking suggestions, guys. Like, it's kind of hard sometimes to come up with 4 movies that we think you guys are going to love, or that we're going to want to sit through sometimes. So throw at us some suggestions as like being like, you guys should do this, you know?
Yeah.
And if it's something that we don't have saved for a special event or anything, we'll do it, you know? And if you're in the Southern California area and you want to come on the show and bring it with you, we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many opportunities for you guys to be a part of this and make this grow into something more than it even is already. So reach out to us, is the point of that. Bombs Away Show at all social media. That just about does it. Stay tuned next week as we tackle a double feature phenomenon from 1986-1987 from the Disney Channel, Mr. Boogedy and the Bride of Boogedy. Can't believe we're finally doing this one.
It'll be fun.
It's a rough one, let me tell you, folks. But in a fun way.
Yeah.
For all you nostalgic, especially you Disney nerds out there, you either remember this fondly, or I recommend you dive right into it. Mr. Boogedy, if you want to get ready for that episode, is on our YouTube now as well. So that's it. That's it. I don't have a catchphrase for this.
Not either.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jarrett.
And
What was
I'm the
that?
Bride of Frankenstein.
He's back. I got love in my tummy, there's something to go around. Rocking down to the boogie sound. My name is Rockula, and I'm taking no prisoners. Later today, I got nothing to do. I'm gonna buy a car, maybe I'll buy a one too, baby. If you need money, baby, I got a stack. I just tell all your friends that the king is back. I got money, there's enough to go around the home. Rockin' down to the boogie sound. My name is Rockula, I'm gonna play my thing right now. Sing along, kids. Just repeat after me. Say, yabba dabba doo. Say, I was like a barrier. Say, kiki kiki kai. Say, gurgle like a suck a jaw. Say, yo, mo, yo, mo, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got money, there's enough to go around the home. Rockin' down to the boogie sound. My name is Rockula, let's sing it again. I got love, I got money, there's enough to go around the home. Rockin' down to the boogie sound. Come here, baby, and hold my thing. Thank you. What do you want, I'm the king?
Hey guys, John here from the Bombs Away podcast, and I'm here to talk to you about what we always wind up talking to you about, the Frida Cinema. But there's a reason. It's not only our home, but it's an amazing venue. Now, I know what you're asking. What is the Frida Cinema? Well, it's a program of the Long Beach Cinematheque here in California, and it serves Santa Ana and neighboring communities as a non-profit art house cinema dedicated to enriching, connecting, and educating communities through the art of cinema. Now, how does it do that? Well, I'll tell you. It has amazing director series such as Martin Scorsese or Mel Brooks. Oh my God, when's the last time you saw a Mel Brooks movie on the big screen? Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety, Blazing Saddles? There's so much. Or what about Lloyd Kaufman, which has amazing films that we'll be doing on this podcast, such as Toxic Avenger or Class of Nukem High? Or how about Friday Night Freakouts presented by OC Weekly? That is something that we do here every Friday night. And we're talking about crazy sci-fi or horror or just off-the-wall things such as the 70s musical, The Apple, or how about Hackers or Lost Boys or Child's Play? These are the kind of movies that screen here. And what if those aren't your thing? What about anime? Well, we have the huge hit Your Name that just came out. Or what about the classic Akira? Yes, Akira was screened here with subtitles or without subtitles, your choice. What about, if anime's not your thing, how about double features such as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead? And you can't really be an art house cinema without getting those kind of indie feature films such as Moonlight, which was Academy Award winner, Best Film. Right here, before it was even nominated. It was right here. Or what about The Void, which is on Netflix? Or just amazing cinema, and it's all right here. For more information about the Frida, showtimes, location, everything film and entertainment, go to thefridacinema.org. Or follow them on Facebook at facebook.com, The Frida Cinema. Or on Instagram and Twitter at the Frida Cinema. The Frida Cinema. It's for the filmmakers. It's for the film goers. It's for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?